Darshana, it's been a year since Paradise hit the screens. Like, and ever since the film was completed in 2023, you guys have, like, the film has been screened at various film festivals across the world, and it has taken to you guys to like places. And I think it's safe to say now that it is one of your like most acclaimed films. But let me just take you backwards a bit. Like you have since the beginning of your career done like both mainstream and offbeat movies. Like for every Hridayam, you have also done something like a Purusha Prayadam for that matter. But even then, Paradise was a unique choice because it's also like rooted in the socio-political and economic reality of another country. So, what were the factors that prompted you to take on the project?
Um, I think for me, my rule book isn't very conventional in terms of the things I'm looking to do. So I even, like you said, right after Hridayam and Jai He, the makers of Purusha Pradam were certain I was going to say no to a film like that. But the sound of it was just like too tempting for an actor. Like there's no reason why I shouldn't get into a space like that. So with Paradise, it was I had been hearing about this from Rajiv Ravi and from Roshan, who were discussing about it. They were on board and they were talking about it. And it was a film that I was already invested in, and I was really excited to just even watch the fact that a film like this is happening, that a collaboration like this is happening, and I was just really interested. So when these, when they're sitting and talking about it, I was also like clued in like a little bit, and somewhere along the line, so they were at that point looking at it as a North Indian woman and a South Indian man, and so they were auditioning people in Bombay, and they were telling me these are the actors they're looking at. So I was sort of hearing about this for a while, and then at some point, I think Rajiv Etten is the one who sort of thought of or suggested to Prasna sir that why not rethink it, and why can't we relook at it, and maybe Darshana is a good option. And soon after, I got a call from Prasna sir. So they sort of rethought the whole thing, and took a looked at it in a different way. And I got a call, and I didn't even need to think or like, because I think like he gave me a brief and he said, please read it, get back to me. But I knew that even before I read it, that this is a film I'm going to do. It had all the challenges. I think for me, the most exciting reason to play the character was the fact that she speaks so little, but there's so much happening, and like you're seeing almost you're seeing a lot go of the film being held by this woman who's going through so much, but she's sort of doing it quietly. And to me, that felt like a really nice challenge to take on, and it felt like it was the best in terms of everything. Like there are some films that come and then you're just you have a great director, a great cinematographer, all your technicians are just the best, you have great co-actors. So yeah, for me, this Paradise has been in all ways just like an ideal dream film. You've had all the festival attention, and like people all around the world are watching it. We were in theaters in Kerala, in India, where we had an OTT release, and now we're having a movie release. So I feel like the travel, the journey with this film has been so long, and I'm just so glad it's not ending. I'm really glad it's still going on. Yeah, I feel like I don't understand why this isn't an immediate yes for any actor.
Mhm. And also, since you traveled with it for a long time,
Yeah,
also at film festivals, wherein you could listen to audience feedback in real time, live.
yeah,
Was
yeah,
there, and this is not just an entertainer, right? It would
yeah,
have touched the hearts of many, particularly the people
yeah.
of London. So, was there any feedback that you like hit you in the heart, or like something
Mm,
that you made you realize, oh, okay, this is what Paradise was actually
mm.
about? Was there something like that?
Actually, what it was not about a feedback, but I remember there was an interpretation that someone had. I think it was at in Korea when we were there. Somebody said, does this mean this? Yeah, I don't remember very specifically, but I remember Prasanna sir agreeing to it, and somebody said something completely different, and Prasanna sir agreeing to that. So for me, that is like that was something that I this is the first time I'm watching it with people. This is the first time I'm seeing it like an audience member. And I realized that this film is many different things for many different people. And Prasna sir has let it be. It's great that everyone who watches Paradise takes something completely different or connects to a very different character. That's the story that they want to travel with, and that's the I think that's the beauty of it. Like he hasn't sort of made it. This is what that means. This could mean anything, and I think that's the beauty of the film for me. So I think that came from one of my first screenings where I was just like, that's true. That's not how I thought of it at all, but it can be that, and why not, right? Like I think that's a great way to make something and like offer it to the world that can take it anywhere they want.